All right. Yes. Okay. I think I have this sorted. Let me see here. It has been oh goodness. It's been a day. It's been a day. What can I say? Hmm. Trying to figure out how to make things go. I don't know why. Here, yeah, here I am fumbling, fumbling with buttons, trying to make things go the way I want them to go. Okay. Anyway, there it is. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, come on. Where is it? Oh, yes. There it is. Much better. Okay. Yes. I know what I'm doing. Really. No. Which button do I press? Mashing away at strange buttons, trying to figure out how to make things go. Anyway, welcome one and all to yet another late night live stream I have going on here. Let me see. Got this set, got that set. Checking the chat out. First out of the gates for tonight, Carla. Welcome. Hello there. Good to see you in the chat. Yes, yes, as everybody can tell by my thumbnail here, ready or not, I'm going to be talking about the subject of the day. Fantastic Four news. Yes, you can tell I'm trying to contain my excitement here. Yawn. Uh, hmm. I'm trying to be excited about this. I'm trying to be motivated about it, but I don't think I can get really excited about it. Oddly enough, it's okay. I'm going out on a limb here. Of all things surrounding the new Fantastic Four movie, all the things said by the actors and whatnot, seeing the this news of the Silver Surfette coming out there, it's like this is the least egregious thing regarding this movie so far. I mean, it's horrible CGI. I'm not going to fault the actress. I kind of like the actress and what few things I've seen her in. So uh, I'm not going to fault the actress. I fault the studio and the writers and whatnot for choosing this route that they've decided to go with. Trying to be positive here and trying to look at a positive light on this is like I can understand the direction they're wanting it to go. I just don't think it's the right direction for the Fantastic Four because there's going to be a number of problems when you try to introduce the Fantastic Four, the first family of Marvel Comics, if you will, by the legendary Jack Kirby. No, yes, yes. Carlos saying it sucks. They ruin everything. Yeah, wokeism turns to crap. Yay, that's cool. Yep, yep. So yeah, contain your excitement, everybody. I'm going to be sharing a few articles I've come across. I don't know if I will subject you all to the uh, live action trailer. Plus, I might get like a little copyright ding on the trailer if I try showing it. But anyway, got a number of articles here on the Silver Surfette, also known as Shala Bell, and her connection to Norrin Rad, the original Silver Surfer, and how we've come to this point, how we've arrived to this point in time where we're getting Silver Surfette introduced first instead of the Norrin Rad Silver Surfer. So let me just jump right into it here. Okay. Allergies being what they are, I had to hit the cough button there. Let me get a drink to wet the old whistle here. All right. Okay. All right. First article of the evening, as we kind of dive into who the Silver Surfer is, or the female iteration of the character. I'm looking at an article here from Cosmic Book News, or Cosmic Book News, whatever this site is. This is April 17th. Hey, that's today, for a few more hours at least. Today of this year. First look at female Silver Surfer, blah, 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 and Fantastic Four. Yay. So far, initially, I am not impressed. The CGI is honestly awful. As the article starts, Marvel Studios has released the full trailer for the Fantastic Four First Steps, which reveals a first look at the female Silver Surfer played by Julia Garner. Silver Surfer is actually a male character in the comic books, Norrin Rad, who first appeared way back in 1966, created by Jack Kirby. However, instead of using the real version, much like Kevin Feige has done with the MCU since the release of Captain Marvel, Feige has wiped out decades worth of stories from legendary creators, all for the sake of an agenda. And let me see if I can enlarge the text here on the screen, or bigify it. All right, there it is. All right, the writer of this article, I'm not quite sure I quite agree with this statement. It's not the real version of Silver Surfer. It's simply another iteration of Silver Surfer. There's two of them, Norrin Rad and then Shala Bal, who are heralds for Galactus, basically, and they're tapped by Galactus to become his heralds, so they can venture forth and pick out planets for Galactus to devour, essentially. For those unfamiliar with the comic book characters and their history and whatnot, so yeah, this is not quite right. Well, anyway. Let's see. Similar to Brave New World. There's some other things I have problems with the character, because the way they're bringing about this character is they are skipping over Norrin Rad, the original Silver Surfer. Without Norrin Rad, his version of Silver Surfer, we would not have Shala Bal. Shala Bale, whatever her name is. It's been a long day, and I'm trying to find direction in this article. We get another bad photo here. We also see the CGI Feige used for the female Silver Surfer looks hideous and as bad as She-Hulk. There's another bomb. Let's see. Things are so bad that Disney CEO Bob Iger has slashed the Marvel budgets and is reducing content. Now, actually, some of these shots aren't really that bad. I mean, trying to be fair here. Yeah, the CGI is what fails it. My take on this is very much like Spider-Man and Venom. We have Spider-Man and the bouncing between two different studios. Spider-Man is in one set of movies, and then he's in the MCU set of movies. And then we have Venom that's off in the Spider-Verse. But if you know the comic book history of Spider-Man and Venom, you know you really can't have Venom without Spider-Man. One leads to the other. And like that kind of sets up, uh, you won't have Silver Surfette without having Silver Surfer first introduced. And this creates some problems in the MCU because I know what they're trying to do here. They're trying to introduce one iteration of the character as we have this multiverse. This is not the real Silver Surfer. This is another multiverse Silver Surfer. So we're just going to bring this Silver Surfer over into the MCU multiverse or universe or whatever, so they can like interact with the rest of the MCU superheroes. Now, this introduces some problems because, much like Spider Man and Venom, how are you going to introduce the Norrin Rad iteration of Silver Surfer into the MCU? If they're even going to attempt that. I don't know if they're going to do that at all. This is also like bringing in, well, the Fantastic Four. Let's see. Do I have like a shot of the Fantastic? Well, this is, oh, yeah, some good shots of Norrin Rad. The Norrin Rad version of Silver Surfer. Much, much better looking. And here's, what is this? 2007 Fantastic Four. And that's the end of the article here. But anyway, there's some odd problems that this does set up. You're going to have conflicting Silver Surfers, and then you're going to have a different version of Fantastic Four. See, this is all set up in what comic book fans would recognize as the Earth 616 version of the MCU. We should have the Earth 616 version of the Fantastic Four, but we don't. Instead, we're getting like the substitute Fantastic Four. Oh, and I see in the chat, I want to greet Lemon Pie. Hello there. Good to see you in the chat. Thank you for joining us tonight. I want to take a moment to say thank you all for joining me tonight, whether live or lurking, or you catch me on a replay. Thank you all so much for joining me tonight. I do appreciate y'all spending some time here as I kind of meander my way through these articles that I'm not, honestly, I'm not really going to read through them. I can't get enthused about the character, and I can't really get enthused enough to meander my way through these articles. Actually, that's enough of this particular article. I'm hopping to a next one. I'm bored of that one. I'm going to another one. This is Entertainment Weekly, EW.com. When was this? Also, April 17th of this year. So, yeah, today we get Julia Garner and then her and really bad CGI. It is unfortunate that they've used some very bad CGI for the actress. Ozark and the Wolfman star Julia Garner debuts as the Silver Surfette and Marvel's new Fantastic Four First Steps trailer, which dropped Thursday morning. The actress previously teased the reveal to Entertainment Weekly, saying, "I'm assuming that the Silver Surfer is going to be really shiny." Yes, yes. She'll fit right in with the rest of the cast. But yeah, let's see. Presenting herself before Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic, played by Pedro Pascal, Sue Storm, Invisible Woman by Vanessa Kirby, and there is so much that has been recently made about Vanessa Kirby's comments about her take on Sue Storm that I really just don't want to rehash because it has killed my interest in this movie. I was kind of curious about this movie. I was kind of wanting to watch it, but after her comments about the character Sue Storm, I have lost all interest. Johnny Storm, Human Torch, and Ben Grimm, The Thing, Eben Moss Backrack, ever how you pronounce his last name, but I don't want to butcher it. Silver Surfer declares, your planet has been marked for death. Let's see. New trailer continues to tease Galactus, so we still don't get a good look at him. Yeah, they're going to keep, uh, probably going to keep the big reveal of Galactus all the way up to when the movie drops. I really doubt we'll get a full view of Galactus until the movie drops. It will either be really really good or really really bad. I don't see anything in between where MCU is concerned nowadays. It's either going to be really really bad or really really good. It's almost even kill no matter what movie or what project we're talking about with MCU, whether it's TV or movies or whatnot. Let's see, I don't want to just use motion capture for Galactus. They actually wanted somebody there embodying the part. Well, that's good. I mean, that's a lot better than Galactus being this intergalactic cloud of calamity or whatever they had him in the, what was it, 2007 movie. He wasn't like a full on Galactus gigantic being. He was like a cloud of space debris or something that we couldn't really see in the last movie. Anyway, bored with that article. I'm hopping over now to Collider. Let's see. Checking up with the chat here. Caller Burton saying, honestly, it's almost like they've made the opposite of a money printer, a money incinerator. Yes, burn, baby, burn. Yep. A few million here, a few million there. Pretty soon you'll be talking about real money. Oh, and Lemon Pie asking, does anybody know what happened to Tina the Dragon? No. No. Come to think of it, I have not seen Tina in anybody's chats for some time. Come to think of it. That's interesting. I'm sure somebody out there knows if anything has happened or what she's up to. Anyway, let's see. This is, what is this? This is Collider.com. When was this? Oh, April 6th of last year, April 6th of 2024. Who is Shala Ball, Julia Garner's Silver Surfette in The Fantastic Four? Julia is set to play Shala Ball, marking the MCU of a lesser-known version of Silver Surfer. Shala's story is intertwined with Norrin Radd's the original Silver Surfer. She is an exciting and bold casting choice for the MCU. Well, if you say so. Sure. You take that and you run with it. Let's see. On Valentine's Day, Marvel Studios coyly announced its cast for the Fantastic Four with some 60s inspired artwork depicting Marvel's famous first family. Having a joyful gathering, a promotional poster which accompanied by announcing who'd be playing who in a super quartet. It wasn't the Silver Surfer that most likely comes to mind, nor is it a case of gender swapping an established character. Yes, this is like the knee jerk reaction that many would have who might not be fully knowing or knowledgeable of the comic book characters. But again, you really can't have Shala Bal without first introducing Norrin Rad. It's kind of crazy because once they bring Shala Bal over, and if they do introduce another iteration of Silver Surfer, will it be Norrin Rad? I mean, this just introduces a whole ball of problems here. I don't get what they're trying to do here, unless they're just going to ignore the Norrin Rad character, very much like how they handled Venom and Spider-Man. It's kind of a haphazard way of introducing the characters. But if you're only concerned about checking those check boxes and saying, "Oh, we have to have a female lead for this character," what did the comic book say? Well, the comic books say, well, Shala Bal was a love interest for Norrin Rad, the original Silver Surfer. Oh, we can't have that. No, let's just go with Shala Bal and introduce her as Silver Surfer. And then Shala Bal, Silver Surfer, is the keeper of the great truth, whatever that is. And then here we have the character Shala Bal as she appeared in the comics. So raven haired, green eyed, as opposed to Julia Garner's blonde hair. So that's not a big deal, but nah, straying away from the character in that regard. Let's see. Shala Bal's origin, as the article starts, are wholly connected to those of Norrin Rads, aside from her introduction as an arranged companion from Norrin. Her eventual rise to royalty and acquisition of the Silver Surfer mantle came directly from the Silver Surfer comics. Norrin became the Silver Surfer when Zen-La was on the verge of falling victim to Galactus, the Planet Eater. When the monumental cosmic entity came to peaceful Zen-La, bent on consuming it and its energy, Norrin Rad saved his home by agreeing to become the Herald of Galactus. Imbuing him with the power cosmic, Galactus gave Norrin his iconic metallic form, the faster-than-light intergalactic surfboard, and a vast array of superpowers. Yay! In service of Galactus, the Silver Surfer would scour the cosmos in search of planets for the Devourer to consume. And let's see, 1982's Silver Surfer Volume 2, Number 1. Norrin Rad, after spending years as the Herald of Galactus, betrays his villainous master, breaking free of his servitude with the help of the Fantastic Four. However, in an act of cruel retribution, Galactus returned to Zen-La that he once spared. Rather than consuming it, Galactus wreaked utter havoc, allowing some survivors to remain on the now barren planet. The Zenlavian survivors blamed Norrin Rad. To make things worse, he learned that his love, Shala Bal, was imprisoned on Earth by the evil Mephisto. Norrin went to Earth to free Shala, which he nearly achieved by defeating Mephisto, but Shala was sent back to Zen-La before his victory. Norrin raced to retrieve her, but Galactus had a barrier to stop him. So, in an act of quick thinking, Norrin transferred some of his power cosmic to Shala, turning her into a Silver Surfer for the first time in the extensive Marvel multiverse. I wouldn't even say multiverse here. I don't know. Using the power of cosmic, Shalabal brings life back to her decimated homeworld, and the people crown her as Empress of Zenla. Okay, so that is a very quick. Oh, here we go. It's a nice little panel from the comic books. Norrin Red and Shalabal shared a long-lasting love in the comics. Norrin Rad before he became Silver Surfer, and then Shala Ball before she became Silver Surfette. Again, they're really jumping over decades of comic book history here and just skipping over Norrin and going right to Shala. Could the original Surfer be in the MCU? The simple answer is well, of course. Norrin could still make his MCU debut not very easily because it really would introduce a whole new ball of wax. Like, how do you have the characters interact with one another? Because you've done away with the original character history. Let's see. There was one article I was reading earlier about Norrin grieving the loss of his parents or something, and their culture's tradition is like somebody about to come of age, they were set up in an arranged marriage or some such thing, and that's how they were introduced, kind of like an arranged marriage sort of thing. And then they slowly uh, grew to love one another, as people are off to do in arranged marriages and whatnot, and so on and so on. So yeah, this is like skipping over decades and decades of established lore, but it's MCU, and it's like, who cares? I mean, who really reads comic books aside from us comic book nerds? Let's see. As the article goes, it is, of course, possible for the MCU to give Shalabal the backstory of Norrin Rad or something similar. Not uncommon for live action adaptations to merge multiple characters from the comic books together or swap story arcs between them. Yeah, it's just playing fast and loose with the lore, throw everything in a pot, stir vigorously, and then just serve it to the movie going audience and see what happens. Julie Garner is the MCU's most interesting casting in years. Again, article, sure, if you say so. I don't really have a problem with the actress. I like her and what little I've seen her cast in. For those of you out there who have watched Ozark, I kind of liked her in Ozark. I really didn't like what happened to her character in Ozark. I was like, it's kind of rooting for her character, but oh well, that's a story for another time, as they say. Let's see. If the MCU opts to skip the origin story of the Fantastic Four gaining their powers, which again, this article is what, from a year ago? Yeah. Yeah, old article, but yeah. The Fantastic Four hits the theaters July 25th of this year. Advanced warning, you have been warned. Let's see, catching up with the chat, seeing what everybody's saying. Yeah. Oh, yeah. People. Carla Burton's lurking. It's Good Friday here. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's right. You're coming to us from the future. Yay. Happy Good Friday, all, for those of you who are currently in the future, depending on what time zone you're in. Okay. Where do I want to go to next? ScreenRant.com. Who is Shala Ball, the female surfer, the female Silver Surfer, and the Fantastic Four movie explained. Also, from a year ago, April 4th, we get the two, uh, well, the comic book character and then the live action actress. Here we go. Shalabal's movie, Marvel Comic History Explained. Shala, I'm just going to say Shala. It's been a very long day for me to stumble over hyphenated names. I'm going to simplify it for myself and simply say Shala. Shala's first appeared in Silver Surfer number 1, 1968. So yeah, and we go through here. Is her imprisoned by Mephisto. Is their reunion. Again, her in the comic books. And then I think, oh, here we go. Another version of her from the comic books. And here we get a shot of Galactus. Shala's comic connection to Galactus makes the Fantastic Four way more exciting. Eh, it's too much. It is jumping over decades of comic book history and lore. It's just ignoring what was and just simply creating a new story to fit the character. You're simply wanting to bring in a female character, and this fits what they want to do. Oh, I see in the chat the Padawannabe. Hello there. Yes, yes. Hello, everyone. Hello, Carla. Hello, Padawannabe. Just want to say hi to everybody. Thank you for joining me tonight. And yes, miss you all, Padawannabe. Yes, yes. We had a great time on Sunday nights. Hopefully, we can start up again in the hopefully near future. Appian, hope you're doing well out there. Uh, yeah, won't go into that situation. That was an odd situation there. But yeah, good to see everybody here. Thank you all for joining me in the chat, and anyone lurking out there. Thanks for hanging out a bit and checking out my live stream. Please like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. As I'm just rambling my way through these articles going on about yet another dumpster fire of an MCU movie. Oh, okay. Yes, yes. I'm racing through these articles because I really just don't have enough interest in even going through them. It's there's no point. They're jumping over 20, 30, 40 years of comic book history. And then, oh, I did see something I was going to go into. Is like, why does the MCU's Silver Surfer CGI look so weird? And I actually have that pulled up here. This is this is another Screen Rant article published 9 hours ago. Ooh. Fresh and hot off the internet presses, so to speak. Yeah. I mean, when they blow it up and they put it through Photoshop filters to make it look less soft and muddy, because some of the images, like this one that was on cosmicbook.news, it's like that is some terribly bad definition. I mean, it's awful. Muddy, murky, not very well defined. Now, if it was defined, it actually would look pretty decent. I mean, watching the trailer is like, okay, there are some shots that actually look decent. If the CGI was better, I mean, I like this particular shot here. It is terribly muddy. There is nothing to it. I mean, I gotta think that maybe, oh, this is a little bit better here. Maybe they're just rushed. I don't know. Rushed trying to get the trailer out. That doesn't really make sense because here it is, April. The movies come out in July. Let's see, that's April, May, June, July. 3 months, 3.5 months to go. You should have plenty of time to finish the CGI. Let's see. As this article starts, the Fantastic Four First Steps has just revealed a new trailer, finally giving audiences their first look at the MCU's new Silver Surfer. And some details of the character's CGI have caught many off guard. Releases in just a few months, blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah, blah. Most notably, the Silver Surfer is revealed in the new trailer, played by Julia Garner, best known for her role in Ozark. Character is usually portrayed as a male, but again, this is not a simple case of gender swapping. This is simply using another iteration of the character because you do have two comic book characters with the same set of powers and whatnot. This version is different and instead is Shalabal, who debuted in 1968's Silver Surfer issue #1 as a romantic interest to Norrin Rad. So yeah, this does beg the question: what happened to this Silver Surfer's own Norrin Rad? Was he killed off by Galactus and she had to step up to save her planet from being consumed by Galactus? I mean, they'll probably explain it with a few lines of dialogue, not a lot of exposition there to say, "Oh yeah, here's Silver Surfer. She saved her planet by becoming Galactus's herald. Something happened to Norrin Rad and he had to like go away or his character was killed, so the love of her life was dead, so bringing her into this new multiverse might give her a chance to find her long lost love yet again, and so on and so on. If they even do that, I don't know. I'm getting kind of jaded in some respects. I'm starting to feel like that might be giving them too much credit because I don't know if they're even thinking that far ahead. Let's see. Which gives look the better at the story of the upcoming film. The first look of the Silver Surfer was revealed. It sends from the dark sky in the trailer and notifying the heroes that their planet is now marked for death. Appearing from the foreboding darkness of space, working as a herald of Galactus, this new Silver Surfer is given a terrifying entrance to the MCU. As opposed to the Silver Surfer and the other Fantastic Four movie, he wasn't given a terrifying entrance. I kind of thought he was. I mean, he showed up saying, "Oh, by the way, your planet's about to be consumed by this super bad guy." Yeah. Padawan be saying, "The Silver Sheefer. Today is a good day to read." Yes, yes. Why the MCU Silver Surfer CGI looks so weird? Probably because they're not done with it. Honestly, it looks Shalabal looks truly otherworldly. I just think it looks rushed. And we get some background shots. We get okay. I like the design of the Thing, Ben Grimm. Now I've seen some people comment that his head looks a little too small in proportion to his body. And yeah, I'm starting to see that now. Yeah, his head could be a smidgen larger, but I like the stance here. That's pretty good. We got Reed Richards, of course, and Invisible Woman, and then uh, Flame Boy. I can't remember his name. Johnny Storm. We get another shot here of in the background. Oh yeah, their take on the Fantastic Car. We get like a portion of it there. And we get Reed Richards doing some stretchy stuff. Mr. Elastic Man. And then we get another shot of Silver Surfer appearing. And she makes herself known and says, "Oh, by the way, y'all about to die. Hi there." Yeah, that just looks rushed. Let's see. Again, one thing I've noticed in like I don't know, the articles I'm looking at tonight, a few of them are critical. There's one, two, three articles so far that are trying really hard to prop up the character design. This Silver Surfer is an interesting character design. Amidst several changes in the Fantastic Four film, that is surprisingly difficult to get right in live action. No, they did it, and well, actually, let's scroll down here. Here it is. The MCU Silver Surfer CGI compares to 2007's Rise of the Silver Surfer. Norrin Rad appeared in Fantastic Four 2. And already, yeah, a marked improvement. When he is separated from his surfboard, his body starts to lose some of its chrome like shininess, more definition, more detail. I mean, it was going back to 2007. So, yeah, there have been a great many technological improvements in sci fi and special effects and whatnot. But still, uh, what we get from 2025 today should look worlds better than 2007. I don't know. I kind of think we've got 3 or 4 months to go. She may look uh, markedly better in the finished film. Let me catch up with the chat here. Carla Burton laughing. Padawannabe saying shala blah. Yeah. This you say this, you do this in the '90s, and they'd have said the movie was pushing. Yeah, yeah, I could see that now. Maybe they will touch some things up in CGI. I mean, like I said, we have 3 more months before they release it. They have that amount of time to do whatever changes they're going to do to it. They're probably going to do quite a bit more work on Reed Richards, especially if he does any stretchy stuff and whatnot. This is not bad. Some shots, the way they're composed, like when Shala is like in an action pose, I could buy that. It's just the CGI fails her at this point. Let's see. The new trailer gave audience an important first look, but it will be necessary to see how she appears in the final. Oh, yes, here. How will she look in the final film? Whether or not the effects themselves are finished. Yep, very true. Films like this are intended to be seen on the biggest screens possible. Yeah. You guinea pigs out there, go ahead and see it in a theater. I will wait for streaming and probably skip it. Audiences will need to see the movie in cinemas to genuinely understand what it is that the creative team is going for with shot. No, not really. I think it's pretty. Oh, and here we get upcoming MCU movies: Thunderbolts in May, then Fantastic Four, and then Avengers Doomsday next year, kicking off the avalanche of whatever phase of MCU we're in. I have honestly no idea what phase this is. 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't know. And then Spider Man Brand New Day, July 31st, 2026. Avengers Secret Wars, May 7th of 2027. Oh, goodness. I don't want to even get started on Secret Wars because I remember that comic book from way back when. Again, I could go on and on about Spider Man, Venom, Secret Wars. But, that, as they say, might be a story for another time. All right. So, how long have I been rambling on here? Not quite an hour. Okay. Let me do. Let me go ahead and. Do I want to do this? I'm not going to play the trailer. I'm going to like skip around. Let me change. Here we go. So there are some things I noticed about the trailer that reminded me of MCU in the past because how they're introducing Galactus is not new. They are introducing Galactus very much the same way they introduced what's his name, Thanos. You have the Incredible Hulk like smashing his way back to Earth, landing in Doctor Strange's home, blabbering on about Thanos coming to Earth, Thanos the great evil, blah 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 blah, and Doctor Strange going, "Who?" So here we are going to have the multiverse of one different multiverse version of the Fantastic Four. Their home is going to be destroyed. They're going to escape through a portal or whatnot that I imagine is going to transport them to the MCU universe that we know or we have known for the past 10, 15 years. And they're going to say, hey, everybody, pay attention. Galactus is coming. He's going to eat the Earth. He's going to have it as an appetizer. And probably eat Jupiter and the rest of the solar system as well, or whatever. So, yeah, this is marching right along with familiar beats. We have, who is this? This is a talk show host. We all know the story. He's saying 4 brave astronauts head up into space, so on, so on. I really like the aesthetic of this movie. I like that retro futuristic 60s aesthetic. I just, from what we have learned about it so far, I just wish the story was better. And come back forever change, and we get a shot of Ben Grimm. Lift the car, some kids are saying. And he's like, this car? Of course, he doesn't have that gruff, gravelly voice that the Thing should have. So I like this setting. I like this era. This is really nice. They're really going back for that retro 60s, retro futuristic look, or everything had its own style, its own flair and character to it. Let me jump around here some. Our city, our planet, owe a debt to these intrepid souls. Everybody gathering around the old school electronic store where you go in and get your old school TV. Boy, that brings back memories, doesn't it? Let's see. Padawannabe saying, yeah, I was going to say that. The look is fantastic. Yeah, The Incredibles also did this retro futuristic look well. Yeah, The Incredibles, I think, is what lit a fire under Marvel at that time when they were trying to do something with the Fantastic Fours movies at that time. I kind of remember some articles from way back when saying, The Incredibles kind of beat Marvel to the punch with some of their takes on the characters. What's the big box attached to the back of the TV? Oh, let me back up here. That big box, I'm pretty certain, is the TV. Yes, yes. Ages ago, kids, ages ago, before the internet even, TVs used to be really, really big and have really, really small screens. Now they're really, really small but have really big screens. So, yeah. Yes, this thing here, look at that. That's what? Probably a whopping 22 inches diagonal. Color TV, that was amazing. That was like blowing people away. Pat, I want to be saying, I'm kidding. Yeah, my first TV was a giant console that sat on the floor. You know, as crazy it is, well, not my first TV, but yeah, I can actually look to my right now and see my giant rear projection big screen TV. I still have, it's like 23 years old. I still have a 23-year-old rear projection big screen TV, 65 inches. It takes up a good chunk of my movie room. But yeah, it's like one of those giant console, great sound, great picture, still humongous 65-inch big screen jumbotron. Let's see, Carlos saying like the rare picture of a remote in the 70s, and it was a kid. Yeah, yeah. If you're a child of the 70s and 80s, chances are you were the remote control. It's like every time Dad said hop up and change channel, it's like you had to stop what you're doing, like drop drop the crayon, stop coloring your coloring book, get up, walk over to the TV and change the channel. And sometimes you had to like do the fine tuning knob, maybe move the rabbit ears around a little bit until the picture came in. Yeah, what we did was all touch the edges of the screen to get zapped. Yeah, good old static electricity. Oh yes. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm hopping around in this. See, at first, watching this guy, I guess he's like a host for the Ted Gilbert Show. Is like a TV talk show. This really reminded me of Tony Stark arriving at his Stark Expo, where he like jetted in and his suit of armor, and he like did the superhero landing on stage, and then he walked up to the machine that like uh, took his armor apart, and there he was, suit and tie, and he was like greeting the crowd. This scene really reminded me of Tony Stark greeting the cheering crowd at the expo. This is what I'm saying. It's playing on familiar beats. We have seen this before. It's too reminiscent of what the viewing audience has seen before. Uh, it's unfortunate because the MCU had the opportunity to give us something new, something fresh. Instead, I'm watching this trailer, and I watched it several times earlier, thinking to myself, this reminds me too much of phase one and whatnot. I'm seeing familiar beats here. And here we get a shot of the Fantastic Four and their costumes. Okay, I've seen the comic book iterations of these, and I want to say, if I'm remembering right, there it was like this light blue and then black trim. They've got the light blue with the white trim. It's okay, yeah, it's different from the comic book iterations. Yeah, and Carlos saying, yeah, sometimes you had to be the era. It's like, okay, move the rabbit ears around, hold them up high, no higher, higher. Okay, grab some tin foil, wrap, wrap. Yeah, that's it. Wrap the tin foil around the rabbit ears. Maybe that'll help. And Padawan will be saying, I'm waiting for this guy to introduce the Beatles. Yeah, tonight's show, the Beatles. And as I hop around, okay, yeah, here we get their living room, that retro futuristic decor. We get Herbie here again, back to the kitchen with Herbie and Ben Grimm. I was like, okay, guys, get out of the kitchen and do something. Also, Herbie was not introduced at this point. He was introduced in the comic books at a much later time, I want to say. So yes, here we are. Nice shot of the retro futuristic kitchen. Look at the color tones. Yes, earth tones. Not as egregious as, say, the 70s, but still, we're getting there. And then it's like where he's talking about, oh, it needs something, and it needs garlic. Everything's better with garlic. I don't know. Another shot of Herbie with reel to reel tape player as eyes. A better design for robot because right off the bat, I'm going to say he beats what we saw in Disney Star Wars with Beach Ball 8, also known as BB-8. So yeah, for a quirky robot sidekick character, Herbie, not bad. Me just said that you're gonna be the best mom in the world because they're about to start a family, so on and so on. This July. And then they're outside. Something happens, some commotion. Yeah. That is a fake kitchen. I don't see any avocado green or lemon yellow anywhere. Yes. And then they look up into the sky. Oh no, something's coming. Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's a checkbox that has been checked. Are you the protectors of this world? She asks. And it's Sue Storm who goes, well, yeah, yeah, we are. What of it? Yes, yes, we are. Not Reed Richards saying this. It's Sue Storm. So yeah, Reed Richards, who should have been like the main character, main protector type, looking out for everyone. He should have taken a step forward, saying, "Yes, we are the protectors. Who are you, and what do you want?" But no, it's Sue Storm that says, "Yes, yes, we are. Your planet is now marked for death." And then, as the trailer moves along, Johnny ignites his flame power, takes off after Silver Surfette, chases her through the atmosphere. He loses his flame because I'm guessing he's like at the edge of the atmosphere right now and it's getting into space. And I missed a part where he was about to grab the board and she like does a backflip, knocking him away. Yeah, there it is. He grabs the board. And she like knocks him away, sends him falling back. Oh no, I'm falling. Well, meanwhile, back at home, everybody's freaking out. Oh, what is this? A little bit of dialogue here. Reed Richards basically saying, I called out to something, and they heard. It's like I opened up a portal to somewhere, and what came through, so on and so forth. So yeah, this already reminds me of scenes and cues from other movies. We get a scene here of people crowding. I'm guessing it's either the streets where the sun is being blocked out, or power goes out across the power grid, country, and whatnot. People understandably concerned, so on, so on. And let's see, where do I want to hop to? We get a shot of Reed Richard doing silent science stuff. It's like, look, he's doing science, math, equations. There's not enough time. That is actually a pretty good shot because this is, what is this? Something very bad happening. Yeah, oh yes, Padawan saying, I guess we should never have sent that message into space. Neil Young songs. Yes, yes. We sent something into space and they answered. Wah, wah. And he says, I'm not giving up. And he's looking determined. It's determined, Reed Richards. And we get a shot of New York with an ominous looking shadow. Wonder what that could be. Okay, this is a pretty good shot. This is the team shot with the Fantastic Four car. On one hand, it looks okay. On the other hand, I'm not too crazy about the design, but hey, at least they tried something here. It's not a full on like hover car. You could tell it's like a regular car with some gussied up fenders and whatnot. We will face this together as a family again for the last time until the next movie. Another shot of Silver Surfette. This is actually not a bad shot. I kind of like this shot. I just wish the CGI was better, less muddy. I don't know the backdrop here. It looks very industrial. Do not know where this is. That does not look like Earth. This could be someplace else. We might get a bit of exposition where Shalabal talks about her backstory. Like, oh yes, yes, I became the herald of Galactus to save my own planet from the fate that is awaiting yours. As a little midnight snack for Galactus. So sorry. Got my priorities. Then another shot here of things exploding. Am I walking along? Blah, 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 blah. Getting close to the end of the trailer. We're getting some action scenes here. We're getting Ben Grimm running through columns of a building for some reason. Okay, that's actually pretty good. I kind of like that. As far as action scenes go, this is pretty good. Now, how this will play out in the finished product, in the finished movie, I have no idea. And then that is, we will protect you until we can't, and we have to run away. Run away! Run away! Ah! The Fantastic Four. First, first, first steps. First steps. First steps. Fantastic Four. First steps. Yay. So yeah, overall, I like the look and the aesthetic of the art, the city, the backdrop, everything. Let me see here. Oh, can't leave it at that because at the end of this, we get something ominous happening. We get this city shot. It's like, okay, what's happening here? What? Oh, there's some debris, some smoke. Oh, what is that? Boom. That is a Bigfoot. Okay, we're getting Galactus walking down the street. Okay, I have so many problems with that because you're talking about a intergalactic being that can like survive in the vacuum of space, devours planets. His mass, there's no way the infrastructure of the city streets should be able to support him. But again, I'm nitpicking this. It's still an impressive scene to see Galactus just casually walking through the city streets. But if you've ever been to like the beach and just tried walking down the beach and how you kind of sink into the sand, this is what should be happening to Galactus here. But hey, I guess that's just a relatively small nitpick here. Anyway, going back. Thank you, Fantastic Four, for not saving us. We were rooting for you in at the start of the movie, but now we've become somebody somebody's snack. And actually, I'm done with that trailer. Okay, let me catch up with everybody in the chat. Let's see. Padawan saying the front of the car looks like the rear end with brake lights. Yeah, 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 exactly. Like kill James Bond, then say he'll return in another iteration and another multiverse. Padawan B saying, I wonder if we will get a thing doll that says it's clobbering time. I don't even know if he'll say that in the movie. I can't imagine a situation in the movie where he would say it's clobbering time. He doesn't even have that voice anymore. Let's see. Padawan B saying, I saw one trailer where somebody yells at Richards, "We will be safe." He then stops. Yeah, I think that was this trailer. I want to say because I do remember that line. Will we be safe? And he stops and turns and says, I don't know. I don't know. Okay. Is he a celestial or something? You know, that is a good question because my memory is foggy when it comes to Galactus. Let's look up who and what is Galactus. Dun, 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 dun. Let me see. Is it what exactly is a Galactus? All right, this is marvel.fandom.com. Galactus Galen, Earth 616. The 616 uh, universe or multiverse is the MCU that we all know and somewhat love since phase one and phase two. And then they kind of changed things with phase four, five, six, or whatever, wherever we are right now. Let's see. Galen is his name. In a time beyond time shall be born a new universe, and in that universe shall be one entity like no other, a living organism who possesses the matchless power and raging appetite of a galaxy. But he shall be more than a galaxy. He shall be a galactic ravager. He shall be Galactus. Let's see. Galactus is a cosmic being that consumes the life energy found in planets for sustenance. Let's see. He was once a mortal Ta'an named Galen of Ta. As his universe was dying, he was approached by the sentience of the sixth cosmos, the precursor to eternity, fused with its essence, and passed on to the next cycle, the seventh cosmos, where he would emerge as Galactus after an incubation period. I actually don't know that much. Let's see. Padawan B, is he a celestial? Heard he was about the Beyonder. Dude has a 10-pack. Yeah, a cosmic being. He was like a mortal humanoid who lived on a planet, and then he like merged with some other cosmic entity and became a super entity. Can I do this? Oh, no. Okay, this does not look. Okay, well, here he is. He's this guy here, and then this is okay. Yeah, there he is. Galactus, humongous. I guess that's him as a youngster. Then he grows up. Then something's happening here. Blah 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 blah. Oh look, something happened. He became more than what he was. Look at this art. This is some crazy looking artwork from way back in the day. And here we are, Galactus with Norrin Rad, the first Silver Surfer. So you kind of get an idea of who and what he is like a cosmic being who pretty much just wanders the universe, devouring planets to live. And there he is on his throne. I guess he like traveled. I don't know that much about the character. I mean, there he is amongst some spaceships and whatnot. So it's like huge. He's one of the bigger menaces in the Marvel Comics universe. And there he is, like hovering over. Come on, why can't I share a photo without this popping up? Anyway, there he is, like zapping a planet that's at his feet. And then what we got here? We got these are some look like Eternals that he's fighting against. Because you know what happens when galactic bad guys get tangled up. Like, you know, I'm the biggest kid in the playground. No, I'm the biggest kid in the playground. Oh, and here talking about big kids in the playground. Here's Doctor Doom. As he says, "No, let the world tremble. The very heavens scream in despair. The day Doom has become power incarnate. The day Doom rules over all," as he apparently has destroyed Galactus. This is probably what uh, what will lead into. Let me get out of this. That's kind of annoying. I don't like how this website is situated. Let's see. Created by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. So the artwork we were looking at here was Jack Kirby. Jack Kirby was a fantastic artist. His artwork was just mind blowing. Let me go back to this right here. This is like typical for Kirby art. This is actually kind of tame, really, for Kirby art. That's kind of tame. But yeah, it goes on and on and on. Basically, he's a character, and we are talking decades of history from 1968 or 1966, and all of that is just being jettisoned for what the current Marvel wants to do, the current MCU wants to do with the character. I mean, this I can remember reading these books back in the day, some of these storylines, and they are just crazy because we were dealing with cosmic level characters, characters that just roamed the galaxy doing this, that, and the other thing. You had, of course, Thanos. You had who are some of these? Nihilus, Thanos, the Mad Titan. Who are some of these Celestials? Of course, Dark Phoenix, the Phoenix entity was out there, more involved with the X-Men for those who ever kept up with comic books at that time. Let's see here. Catching up with the chat. Yeah. A cosmic being. Yep. Basically it. Yeah. Long story short, a cosmic being. And there's Carlos laughing some. Yeah, Carlos saying I made a sticker magnet for my fridge with a picture of Jack Kirby that says Jack Kirby invented the Marvel Universe with his brain and a 2B pencil. Yeah, that's very cool. Let's see. All right. What was I going to share? Let's see. What all have I gone over tonight? I started off with a number of articles about Silver Surfette. About to wrap things up. I started off with this cosmic book news article, then hopped over to Entertainment Weekly, hopped over to what is this, Collider.com. Who is Shalabal? And then, of course, I hopped over to Screen Rant, which is pretty much the same thing as the Collider article. Who is Shalabal? I went from that one, Collider here, to Screen Rant. And then, of course, I stuck with Screen Rant because they asked the ever important question, why does the CGI look so weird? And then we all enjoyed we all enjoyed the trailer, looking at the trailer some, looking at screen grabs from it. I was tempted to play the trailer, but I figured YouTube might not like that because I've played trailers before and I always get like, oh, you shared some copyright and that's a no. We'll let it go because everybody like plays this trailer and whatnot. But yeah. And then where did I hop over to next? Oh, yes, I hopped over to marvel.fandom.com and read a little bit on who and what Galactus was. So, yeah, I went all over the place. Let's see, Padawan saying it might have been a 2H pencil. They're softer for artists. He likes 4H personally. That's cool. Yeah, I still have, well, actually, right in front of me, I still have, as my microphone might pick up the ramblings of all the pencils in my hands right now. Let's see, the 5B, got an 8B, 5B, 2H, HB, 2B, 2B or not to be, 4B. Yes, that's a bad joke. 6B, 8B. Yeah, I don't know why I still have these pencils on my desk taking up space. I just had them for one past a live stream and never put them away back when I went through art school to get a fancy piece of paper saying I could take pictures real good. Anyway, let's see. Where are we? The B. Oh, goodness. All right. So I'm about to wrap things up, but I want to go through the chat and again, thank you all. Who first one out of the gate, first one showing up tonight was Carla Burton. Hello there. And then Lemon Pie. Lemon Pie showed up and hung out for a spell. Thank you so much. Carla Burton. And then Padawannabe. Yes, yes. Hopefully we'll someday be able to resume our Sunday evening routine. But yes, all things and all good time. And then who else was there? There was Padawannabe, there was Lemon Pie, Carla. Don't want to miss anybody. Let's see. Scrolling, 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 scrolling. Keep the chatter going. Okay, that was really bad. Let's see. Yeah, it's a number 2 pencil. Art nerd thing, I imagine. Oh, lemon pie. There you are. Cool. You're hanging out until the very end. Thank you. Moved on to the chat. Oh, goodness. Well, thank you all for hanging out with me tonight. I do appreciate it. Thank you all for joining me, whether you're live, if you're just lurking out there, or you catch me on a replay. Uh, Feel free to like, subscribe, and I will do this again in the future as my crazy scheduling allows. Yes, yes. Good night, everybody. Let's see. What will I be doing? What day is it? Oh, it is Thursday. Yes. After a while, I find myself thinking, what day is it? Because you get to a point where all the days just kind of merge together, and you just start doing day by day by day, doing the same thing over again. Where tomorrow feels like yesterday, and yesterday was today, and I'll just get all jumbled. And then I decide to hop on and do a late night live stream where I'm just rambling on about stuff. But anyway, thank you all for joining me tonight. And let's see. Oh, tomorrow I will be on Comic Relief Crusaders live stream as usual. Yeah, I do believe so. 2 p.m. Central Time, or whatever time zone you're in, that correlates to. And then I hope to get back to doing my Saturday comic book live streams where I talk about all things comic book and comic book related. Yes, that's like Easter for me, or Christmas holidays. Yeah, yeah, where everything just starts blending together and you don't know what day it is. Yep, yep. Anyway, as always, thank you all again for joining me tonight. Until next time, everyone, see y'all around. Have a great evening or day, whatever time of day it is that you catch this on a replay. Life is too short for bad entertainment. Go read, watch, or rewatch something that you enjoy. Let's see. I don't even have my ending theme pulled up. What am I doing here? I am not at all together tonight. Yeah. What is this? I can't even hear music playing. Clicked on music wise, I have no idea what it is. But anyway, I'm going to use this to end the stream for tonight. Thank you all, and good night, everybody.